Hello, thank you for watching. My name is Barbara Bodner. I would like to share some ideas of how to teach your kids about number bonds. This idea came due to the coronavirus lockdown and homeschooling, which, let's just say, is being challenging. And I've been working on different ideas of how to make it more child friendly when I talk about number bonds. So as you have seen in the beginning of this video, you do need a few resources, but very simple. So you should be able to have it all at home and make it fun for your child. I often find it when talking about numbers and number bonds to children, they cannot remember what number bonds, or you teach something and they can repeat it, but they can't really understand the meaning of number bonds or what actually 10 or 20 is made of. So I come up with this idea because even when I was a child, I was struggling with maths, and I struggled all the way through my years of studying. So I had to find different ways of making sure that I understand a concept. So that's why I sometimes find it in a way easier, or I can create a nice and easy way of explaining of numbers, because I need to see it in pictures. So for example here, to make it really good fun, you could have number cards, and you could say, well, you can choose any number, choose two numbers, and they can just pick up their favorite numbers and say, okay, put it down, and they might pick up 2 and 4, for example. So that could make 24 or 42. Wow, even I can work that out. So let's say we're working with 24. If you haven't got these cards, very simply, you could have sticky notes. And to make it more fun and interactive, you could ask your child to get the pen and just write number 2 and number 4. So they will have good fun. And in the same time, they're practicing the writing of the numbers. So here we go. We're playing one activity, but we're already practicing our handwriting as well. So let's say that's it. So we got 24. I'm just gonna leave that here. So if you haven't got these, very simple, just use a sticker note and you got 24. Yeah. So the idea came from this homework, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. And when I looked at this homework, I thought I can explain to him how to, or her, how to use this. But knowing myself and how I learn, I need to not just look at it and talk about it, but I need to somehow experience these bonds in a way that will make sense for me, and I can remember it. I can actually use it and not just repeat it, but I really understand how the number bonds of the 10s and the 1s are. So I've used a white paper and created these, and as you can see is divided into 10 little squares or rectangles. So these will be representing my 10s. And if you wanted to, again, to keep it really good fun, you could do this together. So another activity, so you've got so many different activities going on in just by talking about number bonds. So we could actually use the ruler and they have to use the ruler and know what the rules are of the ruler is. So we could help and make this together by, let's say, we're going to make these squares, and we're gonna do it, it's gonna be 4 centimeter wide, and then we can talk about how we can divide this into 10 little squares. And normally I do it with him, and again, am I just holding the ruler first and then he's drawing the line? He finds that hilarious. And then after I've done it, I'll show him, this is how you do it. And then in the next task, I will say, okay, I'm going to make the lines and I would like you connect them. So that's going to be really good fun for the kids, just drawing line. Love it. And then, guess what? Another activity, by learning how to use the scissors and then cutting, following the line. And then while you do that, you can actually continuously just talk about it. So this is your tens. Why is it tens? Oh, because we're going to draw 10 lines. So I know that one of these columns or one of these lines are equal for my tens. That means 10 of them in 10 little squares. So have fun with that. So I'm just going to put that to the side. So I already have some, which I already made. So when we talk about 24, remember 24? Yes. Then it's much easier for me to talk about, okay, so 24, how many tens and ones are made of? So we can say, so if this is 10 and this is 10 and you add it together, what do you get? And the good thing that because you made these lines, even if they look at it and you think, I don't know, I don't understand, you can say, oh, well, guess what? What you could do, you count them. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, so this is 10. So then now they beginning to understand, okay, this is 10. Okay, then you got another 10, so how many is that? And then they probably, in the beginning, when they don't really understand, they're gonna go 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so this is 20. Yes. Okay, so put the 20 to the first one, because 20 is made of 2 tens. Yes. Okay, I understand that. Now number 4. So 4s are 1s. So what do we need to do? If you know this is 10, how do you make it 4? So you can, again, take this into another little game, which is, so if you got 10, so 10, how do I make 4? So they might go, can you count 4? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your scissors, okay? And then cut it here. So they cut it. You don't have to do it. I prefer it if they do it. So much better, more fun. So then they're thinking, oh, okay, so this is 4. Yes. And look, how many you've got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 6. So guess what? 6 plus 4 equals, and they go, oh, 10, or they count it again. So again, you can combine the number bonds with something that I have a good understanding, and also like a visual picture of how I can remember this. Okay, so now we got 4. So you got, so those are, you got 24. So how many ones are in 24? We got 4. So that just makes much more sense than trying to work out on this piece of paper and just writing the numbers. Yes, I can see this, but it's not necessary that all kids will understand it and really remember it. So sometimes they might do this really well. You do it tomorrow to say there's another homework, and you want to recap it, and you don't understand why they're struggling with it. That's why, because they just didn't get it. So I find this activity is really good, really creative, and it's fun because we can play together, and also it's interesting for both of us. Thank you for watching this tutorial of tens and ones, and I hope you find it useful, and I will see you again soon.